Hey, good morning, guys, and welcome to today's market profile pre-market analysis for Bank Nifty. Today is 23rd of February, and the current time is 9:01. So on the chart, you might be seeing something different. So actually, what I'm looking at is the SPY or S&P 500, and I'm just analyzing it. But basically, you should be able to spot now in terms of what's happening in the overall auction. Yeah. So the price. So these are the balance zones, and the price is just going from one balance to other balance, and now it is again back in this overall balance range, and we looked below this balance, and we are currently just developing around those zones. So that's what I'm seeing. Just to understand more of my learning of auction market theory and the how the data is getting created, and we have got a lot of trapped buyers. So if you see this HVNs, these are the areas where the buyers are trapped, potential reversal zones, and also currently a lot of buying activity is happening, and we also have a trapped short. Yeah. So just wanted to start with this. Just wanted to share that I'm also looking at S&P 500. Okay. So let me just get back to our markets. Let me just reset this. Okay. So what has happened currently is the auction. So basically, let me go to the square. So this was the balance zone, and this is another balance. So we are just shifting to the lower balance. The inventory is just getting adjusted. So we traded in this balance, and now we are back into the previous balance. Nothing much has changed, and those who bought here, those are the ones who might be again coming here. So there are certain lower prices which happened, and also this was a important level, 40,000 in futures, which got tagged, and now I'm looking to see if new buyers come in, or new players come in to participate in the market. But overall, it has been one time framing down. So if you look from, let's not consider this, but 1, 2, 3, 4 continuous 4 days, we are seeing one time framing down on a daily time frame, which is a good sign and a very strong sign that yes, there are sellers present. And also the range, if you see, this particular range is also extending. So there is a continuation seen. So earlier yesterday I was expecting that we had a 3 days of selling, and there was a balance which formed. But yesterday it was clearly a rejection from this balance, and we are developing lower. So what the auction is trying to do is it is trying to now find buyers. The sellers are pretty strong in the current auction development, or the price development, which has happened in since last 4 to 5 trading sessions. But overall, yes, supply is seen, and we are nearing towards the budget session. So this is the budget session. We are still trading in this bigger balance, or a bigger range, and there are certain buyers which are there currently. So this is an important reference to see, and we'll look at the pre-open data. That time is 9:05. But if we have a gap down, then observe. I'll be looking at the lower, or at this particular level, and how the overall price is getting developed, and what is the overall reaction. If we have a gap down, then I'll be avoiding unless and until we open below this zone, and if we see continuation to the downside, then I'll be very confident to short, or else I'll be just staying out. I'll be wait for the data and my A plus setup to form, and then only I'll be taking the trade. So shorting today, yes, there will be good opportunities, and if I look at the premiums, So again, call premiums are much higher compared to the put premium. So I'm looking at in the money. So yeah, put premiums. I believe the pre-open data might be out. Let me just hit refresh. The time is 9:06. It won't be out. Nope, it's still developing. So that's fine. But I'm looking at those premiums, and it's pretty. The premiums on the call side is much higher. So if you see, these are the premiums on the call, and these are the premiums on the puts. Okay, this is Bank Nifty, right? Okay, so yeah, I'm wrong. So pretty similar, pretty 291, 341, 225, 168. Yeah, so it's pretty balanced out. If I consider just the three strikes, or the six strikes, two in ITM and one ATM and two OTM and all that stuff, right? So, but still, the calls, a lot of inventory, if you see, a lot of inventory is created on the call side compared to the put side. So good inventory, and they will be trying to exit their positions today. Today is also a monthly expiry. So just be very careful, wait for the right data, right setup to come, and then you can take the trades. And also yesterday we had this Fed meetings, Fed announcement, and overall we are pretty flat. Nothing much is happening. Nikkei is also pretty flat, and Hang Seng is the one which is currently seeing positive. So it's a mixed signal. Dollar index is rising. Dollar is USD INR is rising. VIX has risen. Crude has fallen a bit. Gold is in that 1800 to 1900 range, which is good. So yeah, let's see. We'll get some more clues from the pre-open data in terms of what's happening. Okay, so I'll just go back to the market profile chart. Just hold on. Okay, so it's clearly visible from this. So first of all, the value is developing lower. So you see the value is migrating lower. So overall, yes, the sellers are the ones who are currently the winners. I was also looking at this zone. So this is a spike reference, and we are just accepting sideways development is happening in this range. And there is also another, so there are two stops, two important zones which I'm seeing. First is the low of 2nd of February and the low of 1st of February. The low of 2nd of February, that is around 39,800, and the low of 1st of February, that is around 39,500. Yeah. So these are the two major support zones, and expect a sort of choppiness in these zones. Let me just bring in the option data to get more clarity, and let me just hide the numbers. Open interest. Okay, so now what I'm seeing is a good supply zone at this, I believe, is 40,500. We have a sort of, I would say, not an equilibrium, but 40,000 is the zone where maximum buyers and seller positions are created, and below this are the zones where a lot of buying or puts are present, and the last is 39,500. Looking at the options data. Okay, so the pre-open data would be out. Let me just hit refresh, and we'll see. So we are opening flat now. This is surprising because even though the inventory is short, we are just opening about 12 points lower. So why is that so? Let me just go back to this chart, and I'll go back to my, okay. So looking at this data, so 39,900 is the level, 39,000 and 40,000. So 39,900 and 40,000. So this is a this is a good zone, and one of the immediate trade plan is wait for this range. So there are two ranges. One is a bigger range between 4100 to 39,900. This is a bigger range, and this is a smaller range, or a choppy range. So immediately there will be some stop hunting below. So see, if it looks above and fail, then this can be a good short trade. It looks below and fail, then this could be a long trade. Yeah, so those are the two near to the immediate scenarios which I see, which you can take. And other thing is, you can also use some of those trend lines and all those things. So if I'm just drawing this trend line, yeah, so wait for 41,000 to break, sorry, 40,000 to break. So wait for this particular zone to break, and there will be some selling coming around this trend line. So overall 40,100 and 39,900. So this 200 point range, let it chop, let it clear, and based on that you can take a trades. But despite inventory being short, the pre-open data is suggesting that the inventory is flat. Yeah. So why so? So previous day close also do look at that. We are still opening within the previous day's range, and 40,000 is the level of equilibrium based on the options data. So pretty interesting day again, and let's see. So I've shared the overall trade plan from the intraday perspective, and if 40,100 breaks, then we can expect a sort of short covering, because there are a lot of stops which I'm seeing, which are there, and we might see, and all plus there are good number of buyers. So a lot of stops are present at very round numbers, and it might tag, plus we also have a sort of a gap which has been there. So yeah, a lot of anomalies to play out today. Being a monthly expiry, just be careful and protect your capital, and only take the trades where you are confident. Don't be in a hurry today. Okay. So with that, ending the today's session, and let's I'll meet you again tomorrow.